What up, my sippers and stoners? It's Miana DK checking in once again. And
It's just me and my disciples talking to God while we smoke dope.
what up, my sippers and stoners? It's Miana DK checking in once again, and I'm here to do a review. I know, right? I don't really do reviews. However, I really love this show, and so I want to do a review because I don't see a lot of people doing a review of it. And I'm curious to know what everyone else thinks other than me, right? So the show that I'm doing is 60 Days In. Before I get started though, can I please have you guys like this video? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you know anytime I come to you with another video, not just a review. And go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you feel about the show. Let me know what you feel about what I feel about, right? Okay, so we're gonna get started. 60 Days In, this is the newest season. 60 Days In has been on for about 4 or 5 seasons. I think this is the 6th season of 60 Days In, and I have watched it from day one, season 1, episode 1. I have loved this show from the time it has aired, okay? And I wasn't really doing YouTube or anything like that, so I never knew about review videos. And with all of the shows that are being reviewed on YouTube, I could only find like 1 or 2 people that were reviewing 60 Days In. I didn't know why. So I guess it's because I'm supposed to do it, right? From my point of view, okay? Okay, so 60 Days In comes in with, let me first say, I didn't know that there was gonna be another episode. Because honestly, how many ways can you trick an inmate into not knowing that it's 60 Days In? What show are you telling them that it is? You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't think there were gonna be another season. So I was so delighted that there was another season. So let's go ahead and get into the background of 60 Days In, right? This particular season. So the season starts with them saying they're gonna be doing a jail in Alabama, okay? Alabama, we know that's MAGA country, MAGA state, MAGA city, MAGA town, whatever you want to call it. Nice, good old conservative boys. We have the sheriff, the new sheriff that's in town. His name is John Horton. Seems like a nice enough guy. Turns out that the last sheriff was stealing money from the prison. He was taking money from the prison, the inmate food budget. And I guess if there's extra food in the extra money in the food budget, he was pocketing it. And he was so defiant that when it came down to it, my guy was like, I didn't do anything wrong. Perhaps if they should change the rules because I didn't do anything wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So Buddy was like, nah, I'm not taking no accountability for my stuff. Anyway, new guy wins the election. So now he's the sheriff. And he's like, we got to clean up this jail. And I know that we are the best candidate for this show to get people in here and see what's really going on. So then they go on to show the jail. Bruh, this looks worse than any of the jails that they've shown on 60 Days In, right? It looks like they were showing the real, like, cookie cutter jails before. But this particular jail looks like the worst thing that I've ever seen. I'm just saying. Now, I've never been to jail. But based on what I've seen of jail, this is the worst part of what I've seen from jail so far, okay? Okay, so they were showing stuff like fights, they were showing stuff like, COs that didn't really care what was going on, and, just little things like that, just a preamble into what we were going to get into in the show, okay? So then he starts interviewing, like, they get to the people, okay? So let me tell you a few facts. He said, the jail is set to hold 865 inmates. They currently have over 1,000 inmates, right? It's saying it's 110 prisoners to every prison guard in there, okay? It's a nasty ass jail. They found hella contraband when they did that first shakedown when he, became governor. Hella contraband. It was just fucking nasty. Oh, I'm gonna beat that out, okay? Because yeah, okay. So now let's go ahead and meet the people who are volunteering to go in for 60 days. I did write down a few notes on the people so that I wouldn't miss anything. I want to be able to give y'all everything, right? Okay, so let's meet the inmates. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with Alex, okay? Alex is a young dude, poli-sci major. Um, he doesn't say much about his home life other than he wants to be able to prove to his parents that he can do it without their help, right? Sounds to me like he might be a mama's boy, like he might be trying to do this to prove that he's not a punk, that he wants to be a tough guy, right? And that's cool. I don't really know what that's going to do for him, but that's cool. And that's Alex. That's what's up. Hey, Alex. Okay, next up is Jen. Jen is a born-again Christian, and that is her claim to fame on the show. She's not claiming to be or do anything else but be a born-again Christian, and she is looking to make an impact when she goes into the jail. So she's looking to take missionary work to the next level. I support that. What's up, Jen? Okay, next up is Shanice. Shanice is an educator for at-risk youth. She says that she really wants to be able to relate to the people that she interacts with and helps, because she deals with a lot of children whose parents are incarcerated or were incarcerated, or maybe the children have, situations where they've been incarcerated. So she wants to be able to relate on a deeper level. We have seen that before throughout the seasons, and it really is admirable. I hope she makes it. And what's up, Shanice? Okay, now this next guy is Matt. Matt, I was stricken by when I first seen him. He's an ex-Marine. He's also a fan of the show. You know how it is when people come in and they're a fan of the show. They just want to get on, just to get on, oh my God, I love the show and I want to do it myself. I know I could do a good job. And he was already in his, intro, he was on the show, Marines have always done fairly well, so I know I got a good chance to do well. I don't really know about that, but welcome to Matt, right? Okay, so now we're going to talk about Ashley. Ashley is a cop, but she won't be going under as a cop. She'll be going under as I want to say ex-military National Guard or whatever. And she did serve in the National Guard. So she's just neglecting to tell people that she's a cop. That's very smart on Ashley's part. Ashley feels like this is going to be a breeze for her. And just within the first 5 minutes, I don't think Ashley's going to make it. But Ashley swears that she is. So, welcome, Ashley. Okay, next up is Dennis. Dennis is a ex-football player. He played high school and college ball. He thinks that because he played high school and college ball that he's not going to have no problem in jail. Seems very cocky to me. Yeah. But I'm going to reserve judgment on Dennis until later. But Dennis is really excited about this. Welcome, Dennis. Lastly, we got Jacob. Jacob is a CO in Pennsylvania. So he, works in the jails already. What else did I write down about him? They're going to have high expectations of a CO, right? So he's going in oh, I already know what these dudes is like. I already know what the life is like. And, I'm not gonna have a problem. So, hey, welcome Jacob, right? Okay, so now that we've introduced all the people, okay, so when they first get together or whatever, they're going through their little intake, the training or whatever before they decide to go in. Already Dennis is hella cocky, right? Dennis is not my cup of tea, okay, already. I don't know why. I just feel like Dennis feels like because he has some football training that he gonna be able to do good in jail. I don't really know no record of football training and being able to help you behind bars. But hey, Dennis think he got it. Also, the sheriff is you kind of cocky. So they, I'm pretty sure that, they want to say more than that. But again, they're on TV. So he cocky. Not only is he cocky, but he pretty. He a handsome dude. He had a nice fade. He got nice lips. He's a nice dude, which will then again make you a target no matter how big, bad, and buff you are. So I just don't understand why he is so confident in this moment. That's all I'm saying. They don't like him. The sheriff, none of the guys, they don't like his ass, right? I see why, right? He does not come off likable. He comes off arrogant and too cocky for my taste, but it's okay, right? Ashley is saying how she's sure she gonna make it to the end, and all this shit. She just kind of like ready to go. And let me tell you something, they like Ashley. They're looking at Ashley like, oh, she's just this sweet, pure, innocent chick. They just really fucking like her, right? And you can tell they have this instinct, this natural internal instinct to want to protect Ashley as soon as they see her. I picked up on that, but that is what that is, right? The guy, what's the guy? The Marine, Matt. So Matt is saying like, I'm nervous, I'm anxious. Everybody's pretty nervous, pretty anxious. The only one that ain't nervous and anxious, supposedly, is Dennis, right? So they're saying, hey, they'll eat you alive in here. Like, this is not an easy place to be. We just want you to be aware. They give them the hand signal. You're supposed to put your right hand over your heart. That's the hand signal. And they'll, come and get you. Production will come and get you, whatever the case is. They also say you cannot use the hand signal in intake because we don't have no way to get you out. You got to at least wait around to get put in jail for us to be able to get you out, okay? They also acknowledge something that is interesting. They're going to be taking in 2 people today. 2 people are going right from there. So they picked, of course, the Marine, and they picked Ashley, right? So they got to go straight from there to jail. So he goes to call his wife, let her know, I'm not coming home. I got to go in today. I'm not going to have that extra day. Oh, girl's like, okay, I'm going in, whatever, right? Meanwhile, Shanice, she's like, shit, I don't know about this, but I'm gonna go, right? Which is about as real as you can get. I don't know about this, but I'm gonna go. Same thing with Alex, the mama's boy. He is like, I don't really know, but I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna try like hell not to call home, right? So during the time that they're getting them ready for intake, they start showing what their intake process is like, a few of them. So Ashley, during her intake process, the first thing she's noticing is like, they're not having you bend over and cough. They're not watching you while you strip and shower. They're not doing none of that shit. So she's like, I've never experienced it on this side, but I know that they're supposed to do some basic things and they've not done any of it, right? So that's the first part. And she's like, damn, I'm happy that I'm on this show so that I can, really help them with what's going on the inside, right? So she goes through her intake process. She goes through the intake process and, they put her in her cell. Okay, so Matt has a whole different experience for intake. Matt said it took him 9 hours to get processed. He said he waited 9 hours just for them to say, okay, this is the cell that you're going to. So he said by the time it was time for him to go into the cell, he was already disoriented. He was already feeling like this is the fucking Twilight Zone. And I get it. Why should it take 9 hours to process? But then again, I've never been to jail, so this is all my assumption. I just want to go on record with I don't know shit about jail life, thank God. So all I know is what I've ever seen on TV and the stories that I've heard, right? So I'm coming from a place of not experience, but just a place of having seen what I saw, right? Okay, so when Matt walked in, I thought it was interesting that the different inmates or whatever were asking different questions like, do we got drugs in his butt? Like the camera caught an inmate asking that question because it seems like they not really doing no searching. So if you did want to bring drugs in, you could. You just put them in your sphincter. And when you get in there, bink, you get them on out, okay? Okay, so now we're going to talk about Jacob's intake process. Jacob is already looking like he's not gonna make it when he's on his way to get handcuffed, okay? Jacob is talking about his family. Jacob is talking about how much he's like, interested and scared and all of this other kind of stuff, anxiety and some more shit. But Jacob is like, I'm gonna do this. This is what it is. He got a wife and 3 kids, so it's extra hard to be away from your family. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's hard to be away from your family. So now you'll have a good idea of what it feels like when you put a criminal in jail and he got to be away from his family, his wife and kids, her husband and kids, or whatever the fuck the case is. Kids, families, brothers, sisters, mamas, daddies, uncles. Okay? So so Jacob's on his way, okay, to jail. He's riding in the thing like, he seems like he's really anxious. I really hope he gonna make it, okay? So Dennis, We gonna go back to Dennis. Dennis, they're giving him his backstory, and he's hanging out with his buddies, and he's telling them, I want to be able to say I can do this. He ain't gave no real reason though why he want to go inside. Ain't no sentimental reason. He just want to do it to be able to say he can do it. That scares me a little bit, right? You don't have no why to bring you home. I don't know, but he said he want to be a leader in the community, and this is gonna give him a position of authority in the community. He also feels like he's gonna be in a position of authority in jail. He feels like that. He said he gonna come out, like being the top dog or some shit, right? Okay, that's good that that's your goal. So he goes to get handcuffed, right? And I told you the sheriff's and them don't like him. So he came to get handcuffed looking like hella good. Like nigga was looking like a snack, right? So the sheriff is like, I see you got a look on you, but don't go in there being all GQ. You know what I'm saying? You go in there being GQ, they gonna eat you up on some real shit. I was looking like, damn, he do seem a little GQ. And he's doing a lot of talking. He running off at the mouth doing yabbity, 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 all of this stuff before you even been on the inside. And he's never been in jail. So we gonna see how that goes, right? Okay. Okay, so now we gonna go back to Jacob. Dennis is in the intake area, and they put him in a holding cell. He see Jacob in the holding cell. He's like, Jacob just drinking a lot of water, using the bathroom a lot. My guy doesn't look okay. Jacob is already doing this. Jacob starts doing this. But you remember, they said, listen, you can't do the tap out in intake because we can't come get you. But Jacob is like, now he's saying, oh my God, I'm a CO. I can't be an inmate. I can't do this. I can't do this. Bruh, you applied to the show. You was a CO. When you got accepted to the show, you was a CO. When they told you come on the show, you was a CO. I don't understand what was different. I think he just got shell-shocked when he got in there, which I would too, which is why I would never go to do some shit like this. You understand what I'm saying? He go in jail all the time. He know what it's like. This is just, he's on the other side. And maybe he's having a hard time with that. And I would too, if I'm just being honest. And now we're going to go back to Ashley. The one who said she had no problem. She was definitely going to make it regardless, right? Ashley got up in that motherfucker. Ashley's been there less than 24 hours. She's having a panic attack. She's like, I was not expecting it to be like this at all. These are way more women than I've seen on the previous 60 Day In shows. I was not expecting. This is scary. What else did she say? She started talking about how the women that have been convicted of high crimes, they wear pink shirts. Just so you can know that those are the extra scary ones. She's like, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I don't think staying here is good for my mental health. This is 24 hours in, right? She not ready. So I'm all like hyped and shit, and all of a sudden that's it. They're like, okay, next week or, throughout the season, they have all done this. Throughout the season, everybody tapped. I don't know. And then it was saying, like, one of the guys was saying this is the first time this happened in the history of the show. So I don't know if that's everybody tapping and gotten to quit early or something like that. But let me give you my predictions. Even knowing that everybody tapped, that means that everybody's on the level playing field with me, right? Okay. So who's going to make it? Who's not going to make it? Shanice. I think she's going to make it. I think she has the wherewithal to make it, okay? So yes, my answer is yes. I think she's going to make it. Matt, yes. I think Matt is going to make it. I think he wants to. Jen, yes. I think Jen has the wherewithal to make it because Jen's background is not born-again Christian. Jen's background says I can make it in a place like this, right? So I believe in her. Alex, yes. I think he's going to make it. I think he is just uneventful enough to be able to get by without nothing happening to him. So yeah, I think he's gonna make it. Jacob, no, Jacob's not gonna make it. Normally COs and cops, they don't make it because you have a whole nother level of shit on you because you know that you're sending people to places like this. people who don't really deserve to be there, people who you picking up being homeless, people who you picking up for maybe stealing a $5 slice of pizza or some shit like that. Like, you're sending them to places like this. So they have a whole nother mental struggle, I think, with regard to how they handle this show, okay? Dennis, no. I don't think he's going to make it because he's talking too much shit, right? And Ashley, no, I don't think she's going to make it because she's talking too much shit. I think when you find people that have been in places where they are not exposed to, like, real diversity, they don't make it because they don't realize that there's a whole nother part of the world that exists that they don't know about right here in this country in their same state, right? So because they will have to be exposed to some shit that they're not used to, I just don't think she's gonna make it. That's my prediction. Anyways, this season looks like it's gonna be amazing. I'm excited about it, and I hope you guys are gonna stick with me because we're gonna be getting this shit the whole time. Okay. All right. I love y'all, and until next week, I'll see ya. This is the ending of my video. Oh, thank y'all for watching.